Hello and welcome to the Epics Academy. This is one of a few videos to explain to you why you should have a look at taking a DSLR camera and actually shooting movies on it or shooting video on it. Basically, I'm John Keedwell. I run the Epics Academy and the Epics Vision Academy, two separate things. I'll tell you about those in a minute. But first, let me tell you a little bit about myself. There's a series of very short videos, so they're about 5 minutes each. This is me. This is what I look like. This is a picture of my book, Get a Message Now. I wrote this in 2013 and got it published last year. My background is director of photography in video and cinematographer, documentaries, pop promos, and more latterly, in the last 9 years, I've had a specialist interest in high-speed imaging. My background starts in news at school, and then I went on to run at music promos, then clapper loader, film camera assistant, documentary, TV music programs, and since 2005 to 2013 I specialised in high-speed camera only. This is a couple of the videos I've worked on, or films I've worked on. One bottom left was travelling in a fire engine in 1987, as you can see there. That's actually somewhere in the middle of Africa. Driving from the northern tip of Norway to the southern tip of Africa in a fire engine. The year before that, the two ships in there are, one's an American USS Ranger, the aircraft carrier, and the other one is HMS Manchester, which is a Type 42 destroyer, which is British Navy, Royal Navy. I went around the world on that ship pretty much for 9 months. Actually, on that ship, the quarters we were living in was actually in front of that little, well, rather large gun. It's a 4.5-inch gun on the front of the middle of the front of the ship there. But before that, I did a load of pop promos, and one of the first ones I did was the Wild Boys by Duran Duran. I hasten to add, I wasn't the director of photography on it. That was a very talented guy called Tony Mitchell, who was the director of photography. I was literally a runner on there since I left college about 3 months before. Eventually got to work on loads of pop promos with some of my heroes. Obviously that's George Harrison there, who's now sadly longer with us. The ubiquitous Arri SR on the bottom in the middle, and one of the high-speed cameras I used in previous years in high speed. So with no further ado, let's get on. I filmed in 65 countries from various different temperatures. As I say here, I've driven across the Sahara Desert twice, and there's actually a book out. I don't get any royalties from this. The book called The Cape Crusaders with a fire engine, that was actually the route on the map you can see on the front of that cover. I also write for the British Cinematographer magazine. On my travels, I've actually been to Timbuktu, which is me on the top right there, with the Tuareg headdress. Other notable things I've done is on tour filming with Bon Jovi for 5 months on tour. That's pretty much it for the moment for this video, but any other questions you want to get hold of me, this is my details, and I shall leave this on the video now for a few seconds. Basically, the course is the Epics Academy. I run hands-on courses to teach you how to run video, how to shoot videos, lighting, DSLR. If you've got a DSLR, it doesn't really matter. You bring your own camera, or I bring some of my own cameras, and I teach you lighting, hands-on techniques to teach you the very real skills of how to be a cameraman. You're not going to learn it all in a weekend, but I can teach you a lot of the things very quickly about how to light people. And then there's the membership site, which is a particular favourite of mine. Very easy to get started with this. Different levels of membership, but I keep on adding to this every week and every month. Obviously, as things change with 4K resolution cameras, green screen, lighting room for different interviews, camera movements, and I even have people saying, can you talk about this? I will go and write an article and actually put it up as a post. Also there at the bottom is my stage 32 profile, which you can find out more about me there, and there's also a webinar there for if you want to subscribe to that. But feel free to do that and take a look at what I do. There is my email address at the bottom, so feel free to email me about anything you see here today. Thank you very much, and see you on video number 2.